talk about your emotions in that pregame and having your daughter in your arms as you sucked all that in?
Yeah. No, obviously I had to try to keep it intact the best I could. But, you know, that was an experience that she won't remember. But obviously looking back on photos and obviously from memory, I'll remember, and, you know, it's something to just keep with me forever. But yeah, you know, Coach Vic talked about all this week of being able to handle our emotions, you know, because we have a lot of seniors, a lot of guys who played a lot of football on this team, who have impacted this team, this program tremendously. So, I mean, it was definitely tough at the beginning of the game right there at the start, but, you know, it was able to be handled well.
She seemed to handle it pretty well, too.
Yeah, you know, she was surprised because kind of right there where it was lining up, and I was just holding her, and she was fussy, and I'm like, oh, is she going to make it? Is she going to make it? And she got out, you know, right out to where she could see everything, and I think she was pretty entertained with everything that was going on, so it kept her pretty calm and cool.
Got her spoiled now. She's going to expect 40,000 people.
40,000, I know.
Trey said you guys got the script last night with the first play being similar to the Miami play. Did you and Tyler kind of give each other a look like we know what we're doing?
No, I mean, we had scripted that because, you know, we knew what they were going to come out with in our 12 personnel. They came out with 2 out safeties, and, you know, LT just ran his dig route, and it was just a pin concept with a dig and a post. Tyler did a double move post, a corner post, and, you know, when I think you look back on film and maybe the corner did like a whirly bird and Tyler got lost, but when I dropped back and saw the safety come on down on LT, I knew that I'm throwing the post, and you know, I didn't even see the corner. All I saw was Tyler running wide open. So I just put him a ball that he could go handle and let him do the rest.
You've done a lot of things here, a bunch of things. You've never caught a receiving touchdown before.
Thank you.
Thank you for the play, and how good did it feel to finally get in?
We've had that play for 4 to 5 years now. and I let coaches know that my hands are certified every time we catch it, every time we try to bring that up every year. But, you know, I couldn't have asked for it better to be on senior night from another senior, Jordan Jones. And, I mean, it was just, I'm glad they called it because, you know, sometimes we got these special plays and, you know, Coach D and Coach Zimmer, because, you know, they might not call it. I'm like, dang, we didn't call that this week. I've been saying that for the past 4 to 5 years. So, you know, for it to get called and to us to execute it the way we did, it was huge.
Did you, like, draw your own guy, false start, so that you could move it back and call that play?
No, not at all. You know, we don't want penalties, so. But
You were more excited about that, but Lenny was probably more excited about his jet sweep.
yeah, you know, that teams, ECU, Memphis, they run a lot of tight end jet sweeps, so, you know, I guess we got explosive tight ends and fast tight ends on our team, and you know, we knew that we was going to be able to get him the ball and just get him going downhill because, you know, as a corner and a safety who maybe 6 foot, 205, 210 pounds, like, it's tough to tackle a 6'5", 260 guy running at you full speed. So to get him going on the edge, you know, it's obviously a different look from Trey Tucker or Tyler running the ball on a jet sweep. So it was just something tricky we put in.
How much do you think this team needed a performance like today?
You know, I don't think we needed it. You know, I think it was good for us that we were able to come out here and execute the way we did on both sides of the ball. You know, I think our defense did a great job both up front and in the secondary. And then, you know, our O-line did a phenomenal job. You know, giving up 0 sacks and being able to move the line of scrimmage the way they did. That was something that we pride ourselves on this whole season, and especially coming into the game this week. We knew that it was going to be one up front. And, you know, both sides of the ball did a tremendous job.
Desmond, just talk about how this program's grown since you've been here.
Yeah, obviously, you know, the year before I got here, I went 4-8 with Coach Tubbs, and then Coach Fick's first year was 4-8, also my first year. And, you know, and then I feel like it was really about the brotherhood, and, you know, our locker room was tight, but it wasn't, you know, what it needed to be, and we really worked on growing that, growing the culture of the brotherhood of the program. And, you know, I think that's just what you see on field today. Everyone's comfortable playing with anyone who's behind them because they can trust one another. They can trust everyone in the locker room to go out there and do their job, no matter, you know, if you're a 1A or a 2B. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. So, you know, I think it's really about brotherhood in any program you have.
You
Did
guys
you
have all.
sense that there was more urgency from the team to put together a more complete performance this week because of the last couple of weeks?
No, we came every week to this week, how we prepare every single week. Nothing changed for us. We knew that we had to come out here and have a dominant game. And you know, like I said in the presser on Tuesday, you know, we've had a lot of ups and downs with SMU where, you know, the past couple games have been a battle all the way up until, you know, midway through the fourth quarter, and then kind of in the fourth quarter it kind of busts open a little bit. And then, you know, we just knew that we had to play an entire game and come out and start fast, and you know, our defense did that for us, and it just made it really easy for us to start with the field position that we did.
You had a lot of games over the past month and a half where teams are trying to keep you guys off the field. Long extended drives. Yet defense had 6 3-and-outs in the first half. Were you over on the sideline like, what? We're going back out already?
No, I mean, you know, that's what I'm used to. So that was huge for us to be able to, like I said, the field position battle was a huge part of this game. And for us, our defense to be able to get the stops that they did, and our offense to come out and be able to execute. You know, there were times right there in the second quarter where, you know, we missed a couple field goals. We got the ball down to the plus 25, I think it was, right there in the red zone. Wasn't able to execute for 2 or 3 drives. And, you know, that really disappointed us as an offense. So that's something that we can come in and work on and get better at, and look forward to next week.
You guys have all talked about playing your best football at the end of the season. You have 2 games left, and then whatever happens after those 2 games, how do you make sure to carry this performance over to the end of the season?
Like I say, just keep enhancing our routine. You know, like I say every week, each guy's got a routine that they do, and you know, just keep enhancing it to be the best that we can be, not only for ourselves, but like I said, for our brothers and our teammates.
How much will you be reminding guys about that last trip to Greenville?
I mean, it's definitely going to be reminded a lot. Like I said, you know, it just seems like every team we play, there's a history with. And so, you know, ECU is definitely a hostile environment, whether it's, you know, the fans might not be a sold-out stadium, but trust me, you'll hear the fans. And you know, there's been some times where our players have chirped back, and it's kind of thrown us off our game. So, you know, for us just to be locked in and be able to execute and play the game that we play, you know, it's going to take some practice.
Good to get Rome back in there, not just back in, but 20 carries, so you got some good work. And
yeah, he's you know, he's been battling with that ankle injury that he was sat out with last week. Came back this week, and you know, he performed for us. He did an incredible job, you know, coming in for rehab, coming in for treatment, you know, putting in the time, putting in the effort, and you know, he's just being rewarded for it.
What's maybe a way?
That last drive, that was going to be your last drive?
No, I did not.
So, how do you feel about that play being your last play at Nipper?
I mean, hopefully it's not my last play at Nipper, you know, but if it was, that's obviously going to be one I'll remember forever. But, you know, I came off to the sideline, and, you know, Coach Denbrock's like, Des? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, Evan. And I'm like, okay. Let's get 3 of the ball. Let him go. But no, you know, it's always good when I can just come on the sideline, put the cap on, and just be able to help him and teach him so he can grow and, you know, try to be, you know, one of the best one in.
What are ways that you feel that culture you described within while you're playing, like how it impacts the actual football?
When you look at it overall, it's really body blows. And we talk about tough and nasty and just being a gritty program. You know, Cincinnati's a blue-collar city, you know, that gets up early and works every single day and puts their head down and grind. And you know, that's what we try to be as a football program. So when I say we're an O-line, D-line driven program and it starts up front, those are the guys who are in the trenches who are really putting their heads down and just banging into each other every single play. So if we can start there and start with those guys, it kind of just filters out throughout the rest of the team.
How close to you were you losing your balance on 4th and 1?
Pretty close, but I was an athlete, wasn't I? I was able to regain that. It was good. It was good that I was able to regain my balance because I thought I was going down, but I was like, whew, that was a close one.
Any more questions? Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good night.